Okay, this is chapter 1 review. I want to go over the easy stuff so you don't mess it up. Classify each angle as acute, obtuse, right, and straight. This is multiple choice, right? You don't write A, B, C, or D. You have to write a word.
Yeah.
Okay, am I right?
Yeah.
This is?
Straight.
Okay, can I make this hard?
No.
It is what it is, right? All right, I changed the wording on this. This is no longer the wording. I'm going to write this on the test so you don't get confused. Choose the wrong name for the angle. This angle. Okay, this is how I do it. A. Well, I shouldn't have picked angle A because that's the right answer. B. I, J, K. Does that work? J is in the middle. Good. Angle J. Good. Angle 1. Good. That's not the angle. Let's look at, and I don't want you to miss these, so that's why I'm going over these. 8. Let's see here. Angle L. That's in the middle. That's good. That's the vertex. Angle 4. That's another way to do it. LKM. LKM. So if I trace this, this is what this would look like. LKM. Is that the angle? Okay. And again, L is the vertex. L is the most important. L has to be in the middle. So even without doing that, L is good. 4 is good. L is good. K is not in the middle. Okay. I'll go over these in a second maybe if I need to. We just went over those in class. Let's go to the back and see what's going on. This is what I would want to study and write. Midpoint, line segment, given the endpoints, midpoint formula. This is where we do the, let me not write it that small. This is the x1 plus x2. Does it matter what order I add it in? No, because when you add, it doesn't change anything. y1 plus y2. That is the formula. Okay, find the other endpoint. There's 2 ways to do that, right? If you don't remember how to do this, there is a video. So I would go back to this chapter and watch the video that says, I think the title is something like midpoint formula given the endpoint in a midpoint, something like that. Distance formula. This is so important. It's going to say find the midpoint formula. Find the endpoint and line segment given the other midpoint, okay? We're using the midpoint formula still. Distance. This is the distance formula, so make sure you have that right. Distance formula is just radical x2 minus x1 squared. y2 minus y1 squared. Okay? Make sure you got that good, all under the radical. Okay. I went over the basics. Questions. I will do questions from now till we put up. Yes, which one?
Oh, I don't put calculator on the other. Or number 12. Never mind. 12.
12. Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to punch in because there's so much detail in this. It's better if you can see it clearly. I wonder what this would look like on like a 100 plus television. It'd be insanely big. All right, let's try this. HIW. HIW. So that's this little guy right here. I'm going to write 13x minus 5. Okay, WIJ. WIJ. It's this little guy. I'm going to write 16x minus 3. HIJ. HIJ, that's the whole thing. So I'm going to put a little arc like that. That's kind of ugly, but it gets the point across. 137. It's technically degrees, and technically those are degrees, remember, but I don't always write them down. Because when we do our algebra, which I definitely don't have room to do my algebra here, I can try. It will be very small. I'm just going to do this plus this, that plus that, equals, yeah, I need my paper. I don't know where I put my paper. There's my paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write this down so you can see it as a setup. I'm just going to add, I'm going to write the correct thing, and you'll see it in a second here. And see if I set it up right. Okay. And I'm going to punch out because I can write bigger now. All right, so I just added those two, two angles. It equals the big angle. Let's do it. I think that's a 29x, and that is a negative 8. 137 plus the 8. 29x equals something like 145, maybe?
Yeah, 135.
Divide by 29, and probably it's going to equal something beautiful. 145 divided by 29. Is that 5? Is that the answer to my question? No. The question says find Wij.
Yeah, you 16 times 5 minus 3.
So 16, yes. So 16 times 5 minus 3, and that's going to be in degrees, and that's your answer. Great. So that's what, 77? Is that right? Cool, cool. What else we got here? I can do anything. Yeah.
Number 9.
Number 9. I'm going to try to stay not super punched in. TJK. TJK. Okay. And you're going to be able to write on your test so you can do this thing. This helps me organize it if I just write on the test. IJT, 87x. And IJK. So I don't really have room to do what I like to do, but basically that's all of this. IJK is 177. And so that setup is going to be basically the same thing. Save paper here. So I'm going to add the two smaller that are written in black. And that's going to equal the one written in red, the bigger one. So I think that's basically it. So 91 and 87, that's going to be what? That's 8, and then that's going to be 7, and that's going to be 1. Minus 1 equals 177. Add 1, 178 equals 178. Divide by 178. X equals 1. Now let me go back to the directions and see what I need to do. Find TJK. Find TJK. Find TJK. So that is just 91x. X was what, 1? Minus 1. So I guess that'd be what? Oh, I don't have to find that? I just have to find x. So my answer just is 1 because it says find x. So that's what I need you to be careful about. This says find x. This one says find x, but at a different point of the problem, yes. This one says find the angle. So you got to read. You don't actually have to read much. You just have to, you're looking for the word find, aren't you? Okay, cool. Any more? Yeah. 18. Okay. I'm going to write it into the formula here. I'm going to write it kind of big. And then I'm going to type it in, and that's all it is, really. So here we go. I need to do x2. So x2 would be negative 3. X minus x1. Since it's already a negative, I'm going to write plus. Okay. Then we're going to add negative 1. That doesn't look like a negative 1. That's terrible. Negative 1 minus 3 squared. And that's all I need to put in the calculator. And so don't make this hard. Make sure you use minuses and negatives properly on your calculator. So I'm gonna do this real quick. You can check me. And then we're gonna see what we got. See if I typed it in correctly. Because if you don't, you won't get the right answer, obviously. Okay, let's see here. All right, let's see if we can see that-ish. Did I do okay?
Yeah.
So it should be the right answer? For radical 2. All right, we're at the point that I'm going to shut this off, and we are going to look at the answers. And if we need to go over a couple tomorrow, we can.